FlossTube, it's Brittany again. I hope you all had a wonderful stitchy holiday. I hope you had just a great holiday. I know I did. I spent a lot of time with my family, got a lot of money so that I can buy myself some stitchy gifts, which I've already actually done. But yeah, I hope that you guys all got some wonderful stitchy gifts as well. Yeah, I had my grandma up, I had my aunt over, I actually went out for lunch with a couple of people. It was a really good time, lots of good food. I did have to work on Christmas Day, which was okay, and I did a little bit of pet sitting for some people that were away. So, I mean, all things considered, it was a great holiday, and I hope you all had a great holiday, and let's get talking about stitching. A few things I want to talk about today. I have a finish, a new start, and a little bit on a WIP. Over the holidays I didn't do a whole lot of stitching. I just mainly worked on my peacock, excuse me, and one other piece. So I didn't really get a whole lot of stitching done in the last couple of weeks because things have been really busy. I want to talk about, like, just recap my 2016 stitching plans, and then add on to those 2016 stitching plans because I've joined some sales in the Facebook group Cross Stitch It's Fun. And I also want to touch on the subject of my GoFundMe that I've been linking in my description. Some of you might want to know what that's about, why it's there. So I'll touch base on that at the end of the video. But let's start off with my finish. And I'm going to apologize now for the lighting because it's getting dark here. I've tried this video 500 times and it's just, I'm frustrated. So my finish, my peacock is done. He's beautiful. Although this is a beautiful project, I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's over, but there is just a little bit of detail for you guys. And my signature at the bottom. Just get a look at this. And I loved this. But he's gorgeous. I absolutely love him. And I hope the girlfriend loves him too. He'll be going to Texas, so that's quite the trip for this little guy. But yeah, I really hope that she loves him because there was a lot of love and effort put into that. I mean, I know she'll love him because she's seen him several times throughout his birth. That sounded kind of silly, didn't it? Oh well. Birth of a cross stitch. I've had like 10 cups of coffee today, so if I'm a little loopy, I'm sorry. I was working on yesterday. I just pulled out my fall fairy, just to get a little bit of stitching in because I was kind of bored and I had finished my peacock and I couldn't start my Nora Corbett yet, so I was like, oh, I'll just work on my fall fairy, which, you know, I'm really glad that I pulled out because I forgot how much fun I was having with it. It rolled off the bed. I'm sorry, just excuse me. Rolled off the bed, my bad. I'm sitting on a chair beside my bed right now. Just because I have nowhere else to stitch, and I thought that these guys would be aesthetically pleasing, if that makes any sense. I know some girls in my last video said they couldn't stop staring at Dean, so Dean, ladies, Dean and Sam, yum. That's just for you. And any other Supernatural fans out there that would love to stare at them and would rather not listen to me talk. Okay, so I just did some of this brown in here in the tree trunk and did the back stitching on these leaves. With this project, I've decided that I'm going to back stitch as I go, because with the peacock I learned that saving the back stitching to last is a horrible idea. Don't do it, especially if you're doing a bigger project. Like, it's okay to save it till the end if you're doing something small, but for a pattern that big, it's when you want to finish and you're like, God, I have to go back and do all of this stupid back stitching. Yeah, not for me. Nora Corbett, which I was going to start on Friday, but Diane and I could not wait. So this is the one I'm doing. This is Electra. She's a pretty pixie. She's one of the bewitching pixies. And Diane is doing the mate to this one, and that's Gwen. So I haven't really gotten too far on her yet. I was working on her today. So this is really, there's a lot of fabric. So this is actually not, this is like an hour's worth of work. But I worked on these two little bits there on the back of her dress. Like I said, it's not a lot, but it's a start. So that's what matters. A little bit of haul, just some fabric that I bought when I was at Michael's last. I bought some 28 count even weave. If anybody can tell me what size needle I need for 28 count even weave, please leave it in a comment, because I do want to try using this year. And I'm not really sure. I'm sure I can look it up on Google or whatever, but I always feel it's nice to get feedback from you guys that watch me. So there's that. And then I bought a little bit more of the gold dusted Aida cloth. A little bit of sparkle there. You can't really see it too well on camera. But yeah, I bought another sheet of that. It's because I think it's so pretty. And if I can avoid buying it online, I will. So I did that, bought some more of that, and it came again with the same pattern, that Magic Dragon pattern by Joan Elliott. So I have now two of the same pattern. So, yay. I'm not sure if it's allowed, I'm sure it is, but if any of you would be interested in having a copy, I'd be more than happy to mail it to you. Because what's the point of me having two copies of the same pattern? And I got it for free, so you should get it for free too, right? Right. Hit me up if you're interested. Look it up on Google. It's Magic Dragon by Joan Elliott. Just so you know what you're looking at. And then I just got some 14 count Aida that was used by a friend who said she had no use for it, so she's giving it to me. I'm going to do a shout out to the naughty stash queen, Katie. You enabler. You naughty enabler. I bought some needle minders. I bought a couple of needle minders from the Nifty Needle Nannies. I actually bought one, but was offered another as a gift for being a first-time customer. So I'm excited. I'm not going to tell you guys what they are yet. You're just going to have to wait and see when they arrive. I'm going to do another video in the new year, so you guys will see some of my WIPs, and then you'll see my new stash, because there's some stuff coming in the mail, and I'm pretty excited about that. So, naughty Katie. Naughty. But I love you. I love your videos, Katie. I really do. I've actually been binge watching you, because I am not caught up. So, anyway. Watching you, really, I shouldn't watch your videos, because everything that I see on your videos, I'm like, ooh, no, no. Okay, so 2016 stitching plans. So kitting up and starting another Haid, get to that later. Finish one UFO from stash, I will also get to that later. Order and purchase a Mirabilia or a Nora Corbett, done. At least one Clouds Factory design, also done. Wow, I've purchased it, but I haven't done it yet. I bought one of the Game of Thrones patterns from Clouds Factory. It's the Starks, which is just, I think, the Stark children with their pets, their wolf dog things. A friend of mine really loves Game of Thrones, and he absolutely loves the Starks, so he'll be getting that as a gift. Finish my Maple Fox. Get to that later. One Mill Hill kit. I have yet to decide what I'm gonna do. There's so many out there that are really gorgeous, and I just kind of want to wait a little while before I decide to go out and delve into that. Try a new fabric. We've already discussed the 28 count even weave. Try hand-dyed fabric. Hand-dyed fabrics by Stephanie. I will be shopping there at some point this year, probably for fabric for my Magic Dragon. Just because I think Magic Dragon would look amazing on hand-dyed fabrics. because there's so many out there that would be perfect for a majestic dragon like that. I think it would be perfect. Trying to stay organized here, not doing a good job. Okay, so I have joined a bunch of Sals on the Facebook group Cross Stitch It's Fun. Well, I can't say I've joined them. I said I've joined them, but some of them are kind of still up in the air. We'll see what time permits and all that kind of stuff. So Saturday, this coming Saturday, which is January the 2nd, there is the Sal for Hade, Heaven and Earth Design Sal. And for that, I'm going to continue on with my Maple Kitsune. My Maple Fox, whatever you want to call it. I absolutely love her, and I really want to just get down into her kimono because I think her kimono is gorgeous. I love the look of her face, how slender and feminine she looks. I love it, and I don't know why I'm not working on it more. I really wanted to get that peacock done, so everything else got put on the back burner for the time being, which is fine. That's what the New Year's for. April 1st is the Disney Sal. For the Disney Sal, I was going to do The Lion King by Disney Dreams, the Thomas Kincaid, but I changed my mind and decided that I'm going to do Bambi's First Year, just because Bambi's First Year was a little bit cheaper. Plus, I love Bambi anyway, so that's perfectly fine. But it's in the mail. I ordered it from Amazon the other day, so that should be coming within the next couple of weeks. Sorry for looking down. I got my notes. May 1st is the Owl Sal. I will be doing Wise Owl by Dimensions, also in the mail from Amazon. I ordered the two at the same time, so hopefully it'll come in the next week or so. It says arrival from the 5th to the 8th, so I'm hoping, giving them some leeway because it's Christmas, and, well, it was Christmas, and people are going to be doing a lot of shopping. They're not going to get to everybody's orders right away because, hello, that's going to be crazy. Don't blame you, Amazon. I don't blame you. Take your time. I'm in no hurry. June 1st is the book sale. For the book sale, I'm doing something a little different. And I'm sure this counts because this character originally came out of a book. This is where my Kitting Up and Starting Another Hade comes in. I'll be doing a Light in the Dark mini, artwork by Matt Stewart, and it's going to be Gandalf. And this, I say this counts because, like I said, Gandalf is a character out of a book. So, it works. And, let me see. The Teresa Wensler Sal is going to start June 4th. And for that, I have Sweetheart from my Dreamscape collection. And she's one of the 6 rocking horses that I have. So she's probably going to go on that 28 count even weave, unless I can find in between now and then a better fabric. Because that's such a neutral fabric, and she's stitched on a neutral fabric here, so I think it'll look fine. Because if I'm going to do a set, I would kind of want to do them all in the same type of fabric and not, not make them all different. I think that would be kind of silly. July 1st is the Around the World Sal. This is where my Finish a UFO from Stash comes from. Because for this, I'm going to be working on Beautiful Geisha by Leslie Tier. This lovely picture here. And I am already this far. So I've got her face. There's Krennic and stuff that needs to go in there. And in the sleeves of her, and there's a whole bunch of gold that goes through her kimono. And then this stuff here. Ugh. I hate it. I hate it. It just takes forever. So she's going to be what I work on for the Around the World Sal. And hopefully I can get her done. If I can get her done in the span of the Sal, like in that month, then I'm going to start a different project. Which one does it come out of? This one. I'll start a second Sal. Like, I'll start a second cross stitch. And if I don't finish it, then I'm not going to care. But I'll be doing African Sampler by Leslie Tier. And it looks like that. Yes, I know, it's on Black Ada. I'm not really scared of Black Ada. My first ever cross stitch was on Black Ada. Yep. It wasn't that bad, actually. So, I'm fine with that. So yeah, there's a lot of Krennic in here. Beads. Krennic and beads. So, well, actually it calls for Anchor Reflective, but I'm not going to use that. That's ridiculous. So I'll get some of that. Or, if someone can direct me to a place where I can get the Petite Treasure braids, please do so. I would like to try some Petite Treasure braids, because I think that they are gorgeous. And the next one is actually the Nature Sal, which is starting on August 1st, which I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a Joan Elliott for this one. And that's going to be the Tree of Life. Be nice quick stitch, I think. And I really like the pattern because of the horse and the deer. But the other animals are kind of cute too. Yeah. It'll be great. I'm looking forward to that one, actually. That one looks like a lot of fun. Really easy. Really easy. And September 1st is going to start the Fantasy Sal. Now the Fantasy Sal, I might do the dragon, and I might do Twilight Silhouette by Dimensions. Now, Twilight Silhouette by Dimensions, I would be stitching for a friend. The dragon, I would be stitching for myself. And I still actually have to purchase the pattern, like the kit for the Twilight Silhouette, because I haven't done that yet. But that's the only thing that's coming up in the next couple months that I need to actually purchase. Everything else I've pretty much got on hand and or is in the mail. So we're good there. I'm pretty sure. So that takes care of that. I did have a couple of floss to show, but I'm not going to worry about it. They're just DMCs. Everybody knows what DMC looks like, right? There's no point. The thing that I wanted to touch base on now was my GoFundMe. If at any point during this video I start crying, I'm really sorry, but this is like a touchy subject for me. And if you really don't want to listen to this rambling, that's fine too. I'll see you whenever I see you. Because this isn't Stitchy related, and I don't expect any of you to stick around and listen to me babble about it. I just figured that it would be good for me to put it out there so that you guys understand me a little bit better, because there's some personal stuff attached to this. And yeah, so we'll get started with that. So my GoFundMe, my girlfriend set up for me a couple of months ago, completely without telling me. I had no idea that she was doing it, so thank you, Nikki, again. I've been saving up 4 months on my own, with my own money, stashed away in a piggy bank somewhere, to meet somebody. That somebody, Jared Padalecki, who plays Sam Winchester on Supernatural. Oh, damn. Getting me started with Jared Padalecki. Let me first start with Sam Winchester. Sam Winchester has been my favorite character since the beginning of Supernatural, and always will be my favorite character. Castiel's up there, but Sam is always going to be my baby. I love Sam. And I don't say that just because of the actor that plays him. Sam touches me so much, and I love him, and I feel so emotionally attached to him and his character. I don't know, every time something happens to him, I'm like crying, and every time something like goes wrong for him, I feel so sorry for him. I'm like, oh my god, Sam, you baby, I am so sorry that happened to you. Like, it's just, I don't know, I've never been so attached to a TV show character in my entire life as I am attached to Sam Winchester. I don't understand. Like, it's really hard for me to explain it, but I'm sure that some of you out there have these characters on different shows that you're really attached to and feel the same way about, like I do with Sam. Anyway, so I've loved Sam since season 1, love him in season 11. I've never at any point in time hated Sam Winchester. Season 6? 7? Season 6. Eh. But that's not their fault. That's not his fault. So back to Jared Padalecki. I loved the show so much that I really kind of wanted to get to know more about the actors and what they were about, and I started going on YouTube and just looking up random supernatural stuff, and I came across these videos of like conventions and that these guys do, and I'm like, oh my god, these things are so cool. And then I found out that these conventions come to Toronto, which is only like 2 hours away from where I live. And I'm like, that's doable for me. Like, I could make it to one of these conventions and I could meet Jared. Or Jensen, or Misha, or Mark Shepard, or whoever, whatever. I could meet them all. It would be great, and I would be so happy. But then I got into learning more about Jared as a person behind, like, outside of Supernatural. What I didn't really realize was that Jared suffers from depression himself, much like I do, much like several people do. Depression is not fun at all. I don't think anybody would ever say that. It's difficult. I've suffered depression myself throughout most of my life. I grew up in a very tough childhood. I was always picked on. I was always teased. I never really had any friends. I was raised by parents that really didn't care. They cared, but they worried more about themselves, basically. I mean, they did things for us as kids, like me and my brother, but I don't know. I mean, it was hard not having a very good home life, not having a very good school life. I would come home and I would cry and I would be upset if my brother didn't want to spend any time with me, because I felt that the only person that really cared about me was my brother, and if he wasn't around, then I had nobody. So that was really depressing for me. That was really sad for me, and I would cry and kick and scream until my brother did what I wanted, because I was so lonely, and I got really upset and angry with people when they didn't understand how lonely that I felt and how depressed I was, how hurt I was, because I had nobody. I was alone all the time. So I felt very alone. I had issues trusting people growing up. It was very difficult for me to get into relationships with people. I was afraid to get close to people. When I was younger, when I was, I don't know, 5, 7 or 8 maybe, I was almost raped as a child. And that was traumatizing in itself. And I don't think I've ever really trusted a man the same since then at all. Yeah, I'm going to start crying now. So getting into relationships with boys was never easy for me. I could never, and when there was a time where I did really, really like somebody and thought, you know, I can trust you, they never felt the same way about me. So my self-esteem was always in my shoes, basically. You know, I never felt good about myself. I still don't feel good about myself. I beat myself up over my stitching all the time. I always tell myself that my stitches are crappy, and if anybody compliments me, I'm like, it's not really that good. It's whatever. It's, you know, it's just stitching. People always tell me my work is beautiful, but I never believe it. It's really hard. I do stitching because it's an outlet for me. It's my way of feeling better. So Jared Padalecki, he helps. Knowing what he does for people, knowing the amount of hard work he's put out, and how he always tries really hard to motivate his fans to always keep fighting, touches me so much, because you have to think, even celebrities can suffer the same thing that we suffer from. You know, Robin Williams, he suffered from depression for a long time, and he most likely succumbed to his depression. But look at what kind of a person he was. Always bringing laughter and joy to so many people. Like, it's really hard to get a grasp on that. It's really hard to, and people do not realize how hard it is to fake being happy for people, or to fake being happy when you really feel like crap all the time. Like I said, I don't feel that, like I feel it, but I don't feel it as much as some people do. I know there's a lot of people out there that have depression 100 times worse than me. But I still suffer from it. I have family members that are addicts, hardcore addicts. And that's really hard to live with growing up as a child. It's even worse watching as an adult and knowing that there's nothing that you can do for those people unless they're willing to help themselves. It's tough. So I bought this shirt to help Jared Padalecki's campaign for Always Keep Fighting, to help support those other people that suffer from the same thing I do, from the same thing that people I love suffer from. And I just, saving up the money for this convention, I want to be able to meet Jared, and I want to be able to tell him how much I appreciate everything that he does for his fans, for everything that he fights for. And I want to thank him for fighting, because he's a sufferer himself. And he, just this past year, had to walk away from a convention. He let down some fans because he needed to take some time for himself. Nobody was let down at all. They understood. They completely understood. Like, you need to take time to take care of yourself, and that's what he had to do. So we were all just really glad that he was okay, and that he, you know, came back safe and sound. But yeah. So my GoFundMe is to meet Jared Padalecki, my idol, my light, my source of hope, and I don't know. He just keeps me going. The thought of meeting him someday keeps me going. I really just wanted you guys to know that part of the reason I can wake up every day and stitch is because of him, because of my girlfriend, because of you guys. I really want to thank you all so much for being my subscribers, my followers, my friends. You really don't know how much that means to me. I have felt more welcome in this community than I've ever felt in my entire life, in school, at work. You guys are just such amazing people, and I want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of my life. Even if it's a really small part and I don't really know you, I have never met you, or whatever, I get so much inspiration from so many of you every day. You keep me stitching, you keep me feeling a little bit better about myself every day. And I really can't thank all of you enough for that. And thank you for being so welcoming, and for, you know, for just watching and for listening. If you're still here listening to me babble on about my life, really thank you. Thank you so much. And I really hope you guys have a wonderful New Year's, and that you all stay safe and happy, and don't do anything stupid. New Year's is a crazy time. Just don't do anything stupid. Me, I'm going to be in bed in the safety of my warm bed, and safe at home with my stitching and my girlfriend. Well, I won't be at home with my girlfriend, but I'll be spending time with my girlfriend on New Year's, so that's what I'll be doing. But again, thank you guys so much. And I'm not asking for donations from any of you. Please don't think that at all. It's just there. It's just there for a reminder for me to just keep on going, keep on fighting, keep on saving. It's just a reminder. And I wanted you guys to understand that part of me. And that sometimes I might ramble about Jared every once in a while, or something that he's just recently done that I thought was super duper amazing, and I might ramble a little bit about Supernatural or whatever. But yeah, I really want to thank you guys so much, and I'm sorry for getting a little bit emotional, but I really am glad for that, for you guys. So I hope I see you again in a couple of weeks into the new year. I'll have some more WIPs for you guys, some haul probably, and yeah, just have a safe and happy new year, everybody. Bye.